I lead a school called Mott Academy Charter School. It's in the South Bronx. We specialize in working with kids from the child welfare system. So students that live in foster care, students that are receiving prevention services from an instance of abuse or neglect, as well as general South Bronx community families. We've always had this approach where to do this well, we have to have the families as our partners. And we have to be thinking about the entire system, from their medical health to their physical health to their safety, their environment. And so this shift in transition, I think, was a bit easier for us because we had systems built for that. We've given out almost 400 devices, so kids have Chromebooks and tablets in their home. We've helped families secure Wi-Fi and regular access to stable internet. We've also done a set of needs assessments for families, from everything from their mental health to their physical well-being to their food stability and their ongoing ability to be able to pay their rents. And when necessary, connected families with the resources to help support those things. We both do those check-in points with kids and with families around attendance and work completion, but we also do those kind of necessary check-ins to ensure that students and families know that they've got a point person that they could reach out to, or somebody that can help them think through some of the struggles that they're experiencing. In those early days, people were in this fury around building Google Classrooms and meeting standards and doing assessments. I tried to slow my leadership team down and slow my teachers down to say, let's go to what's at the core here, right? We need to stay connected. We need to help kids have a level of predictability and routine in their lives. We need to help them think through the challenges, and then also thinking through, how do we create some ritual and routine to the fun stuff that we want kids to really be anchored in and be grounded in. I'm trying to model that same thing with my staff. So making sure that we have opportunities to come together to do our same shout outs and our same celebrations and our happy hours and our social things. I'm hoping that that's helping the staff not only feel supported, but helping them also feel really connected to our collective mission. It's part of the Haven spirit to innovate, to try new things, to consider, outside of the box thinking. What assessments and data can we collect to help us through the spring and summer figure out how we look at our curriculum differently for the fall? Good school leaders right now should be reading and thinking about what we can learn from other countries. I don't want to miss the opportunity to do things that are brand new that we haven't considered. So for example, I've got this great instructional leader for the elementary school, and she's developed this plan where we would potentially keep all of the kids together in one classroom setting. And since we've got 2 teachers in a classroom, loop 1 teacher with the same set of kids to the next grade to try to catch up on some of the momentum that happens at the start of the school year around getting to know each other and getting to know classroom routines. We don't have to go back to the status quo just because that's the way, the rhythm and the routine of how the city and state and towns have done stuff. We have a real chance here to make some suggestions and innovate and try new things out that may or may not work, but at least we're gonna take the risk to do that, because if we can really change some of the dynamics of how we're educating youth, and particularly youth in very high needs communities, then that could be a little bit of good that comes from this very stressful time and this critical moment in history.